I'm coming home, coming home. Tell the world I'm coming home. Let the rain wash away all the pain of yesterday. I know my kingdom awaits, and he's forgiven my mistakes. I'm coming home, coming home. Tell the world I'm coming.
Denise Powell Show. Free to flow, y'all. Let's go. Sing it.
Ready to make a new start. What lies ahead is much better.
Yeah.
Walking away from it all. Breaking the chains, moving forward.
Yeah.
I can see clearly now, the way is clear. I'm not afraid, I know that you are near. Hey, no matter the trial, no matter the struggle, I'm on my way, can't nobody stop me. Hey, lead the way, I will follow, I'm not worried about tomorrow. Take me to the next level. Someone check my rear view mirror, put the pedal to the metal, destiny in sight. Got my mind made up, no turning back, smile on my face, cause I'm coming home.
I'm coming home to you. Let the world know that it's true.
Coming home.
Let the rain wash away all the pain of yesterday. My kingdom awaits, and he's forgiven my mistakes. I'm coming home to you. I'm coming home.
Step by step, inch by inch, run this race, seek your face. There's no way I will stray. Home is what I'm destined for. Mistakes made, mercy gave, path now paved, your blood paid for all my wrongs and mess ups. Stand by me, never gave up. Take my hand, lead the way, not worry about tomorrow, no today. Even when I strayed, you forgave, saved my soul and rescued me. And because of your love, I'm coming home. I'm coming home.
Let the world know that it's true.
I am
Let the rain wash away all the pain of yesterday. I know my kingdom awaits, and he's forgiven my mistakes.
Alright, they say the top don't feel good unless you've been on the bottom. They say it rains the worst just before the end of the storm, but I endure to the day I see them clouds gone. I have a list of flaws and a list of wrongs, but I'm just glad there's someone there to see me through it all. I'm tearing in the rain, but can you tell the difference? I know you see my pain, but would you dare to listen? Cause what I have to say, I always fall on dry ground, so I'll be my own audience. I'm alive now, my light ain't died out, it just dimmed a little. So I shine while I'm coming out the ash and brittle, and let my scars tell the stories of my drive back. Yeah, my life can hurt, but it's worse if I die in the black. Cause I got too much blues for me to just cruise. They calling me a loner, but they seeing too. I'm on my way home, feeling like I never left, taking quick sudden breaths. I passed the test.
Going back where I belong now. Said I'm on my way home now. Going back where I belong now. Said I'm on my way home now. Hey, 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 hey. Yeah. I'm coming home
to you. Let the world know that it's true. Let the rain wash away all the
What's going on, y'all? It is your man D Toe. You tuned in to another great edition of Shop Talk, everyone's favorite show, right here on everyone's favorite family of networks. We are glad to be here with you. It is going to be an absolutely amazing show. Listen, we've got a lot of things going on, and we've got so much happening today that I got to get right into the show. But before we do anything, first of all, I want to give a shout out to everyone who is hanging out with us, whether you are hanging out with us live on Facebook or on YouTube, or if you're watching us a little bit later during the day or during the week, whether you're watching us live or a little bit delayed, it's all good. But I also want to welcome some of our friends from our radio partners. I mentioned a couple of weeks ago that we have now become what we call syndicated, where we are on multiple networks. And I want to welcome some of our friends who may be listening from different networks today. I am glad that you are joining us and listening. We want you to make sure that you find us and follow us on social media. Everything is at FDR Shop Talk, at FDR Shop Talk. That's on Instagram, that's on Facebook, that's on Twitter if you still use it. And we would love to have you hang out with us. Listen, if you didn't know, my name's Demetrius Toll-Free. It says so right there. And of course, you can always hit me up on social media as well, at D Toll-Free, at DTOLEFREE. That's again on Facebook, that's Instagram, that is Twitter, if you use it, as well as anything social media, as well as anything digital currency. That's right. If you want to holler at me and send me some money just because it's my birthday month, it's all good. Of course, on Cash App, it is $ D Toll-Free, Venmo at D Toll-Free. Holler at me. I will definitely holler back. All right, y'all, it's time to get things going, and let's get ready to bring up our first co-host out in Hercules of California. Today, I finally got the right city. Without any further delay, let's bring her up, my homie and yours, the incredibly talented, always funny, makes me laugh, and always has something to say. It's her. Yes, she's here, my friend of yours, Ashlyn Tara Cole. Ashlyn, girl, what is going on?
I miss her. I miss her today. I'm her today. I was literally connecting social media. I was trying to get people on here, and I was like, I think he's talking about me. So I am here. I'm here. I'm excited to just see what is going on with the world today. You know, what's that song? Something's going on in the world today. And the British ain't gonna get him. I don't know how it goes right now, but okay. Yeah, there's a lot going on in the world. There's a lot going on in the Bay Area. And I hope that we can do our little teeny bitty part to be a positive source today for you, because the world is crazy. I know that every time you open your phone or you, hey, David Jones, you open your phone, or you turn on the news, or you whatever, you just inundated with negativity. And so that I hope that this becomes a source. And you know what? You can be part of the replay squad too. If you can't catch us live, you can always catch us on the replay on any one of the platforms, Facebook, YouTube, any of those things. But, you know, remember that here at Shop Talk, we really genuinely love you. We really care about you. And we want to bring you the best, first of all, the best in gospel music. But we want to bring you some positivity and encouragement today, because you're amazing. And if we're the only ones that tell you today, then let it be so. But you're amazing.
I love that. That's good stuff. That's a great way to start off today's show. And listen, we've got a lot of things to cover. I'm glad you're in that great mood, because since we're in good moods, let's now get ready to bring up our next co-host, also in Hercules of California, up the street and around the corner to the left. Knock on that door. You'll see another great person that's a part of our team. My dude, he's hanging out in his place. Now, y'all know I'm out in Oakland of California. Yay. And don't worry about it. It's all good. Anyway, without further ado, let's bring up my guy, Ja'Cory Prothro. Ja'Cory is in the building, man. What is going on?
It's Shop Talk on the radio. It's Shop Talk on the radio. Oh, what was that opener you played? That was really good. I was kind of grooving with that.
Today we opened up. That is Doobie Powell. Well, actually, that wasn't Doobie.
Yeah.
That was Denise Powell, his former
Denise
wife.
Powell.
That song that they produced a few years ago together, and "I'm Coming Home." So that was her version of that. I think it was a remake of a popular R&B song that they put a gospel twist on. So good
Yes.
stuff. You know, Doobie Powell is an incredible, innovative thinker, and so we want to definitely give a shout out to him. One of my favorite producers. And not only that, we got some of my favorite people in, and we do have David Jones, who mentions us. He says, grand rising to you all, David. He also gives salutations to you, Ashlyn, as well. Oh, he mentioned me too. Well, David, thank you. I feel special. And of course, he mentioned what's
He
up.
didn't want to leave nobody out
So,
today. That's it.
I'm not
he
mad
wanted
at
to be
him. I'm
very
not mad at
thorough.
Yes. Yeah, I'm not mad. Shout out to Felicia Walker Johnson in the building. What is going on? She said it's been a while, but she's here today, and we are glad to have you. All right, y'all, we're going to keep things going, and in doing so, yeah, you're right. I should have did the same thing. In doing so, we're going to get ready to bring up our next co-host out in Charlotte of North Carolina. Always a great person. You know, she's our graphic designer extraordinaire. She does so many great things for so many great people, not just Freedom, not just for Shop Talk, but so many people around the country. And she is here with us today. Glad to have her. And let's bring her up without further ado. The young homie, Yolanda Wild Praise Morant. Yolanda, girl, what is going on?
Hey, what's up? How y'all doing?
All is well. Glad to see you. I see you walking there. Rare hat, rare.
Whoa, whoa.
I'm not mad at you.
Whoa. Whoa.
Rare.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
That's not cool.
No, Dito, I'm gonna need for you to never do that again, Dito.
Rare. I can't.
There's so many things I can say right now, dude.
Right.
No.
Yeah,
but it is my favorite. That's all.
Is it really? Okay.
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
You know what? I'm not mad at you. I'm glad to have
Yolanda,
you hanging in here.
Yolanda, I have to admit something to you.
What's good?
I was in North Carolina.
You were in Raleigh, right?
But I was in Raleigh, which I had mapped it out, and Charlotte is, it's not walking distance, obviously, and it was a little bit of a trek. But I just thought about it. I was like, wait, I was out in North Carolina for a few days, and I probably could have swung around to go see my girl, but I just did not get an opportunity. But I would have loved that. Next time, I'm going to come to Charlotte because I've never been to Charlotte. That was my first time in North Carolina. Wow. Period. I'd never been to Kakalaki ever. So I will be coming to Charlotte to come see you.
Oh, that's sweet. Yeah, it's a little drive though. It's not like, No,
but I have other business in Charlotte, so that's what I'm saying. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well, you know what? I'm gonna leave that right there. Let me give some shout outs to some more people hanging out with us. I want to welcome Alicia Dace to the show. What is going on to Alicia? Glad to have you in the building. Shout out to Mama Yolanda Protho, also in the virtual building. What is going on? David Jones also says, what's up to you specifically, Yolanda? And then last but not least, at this juncture, we've got Wendy Lawson in the building. So a name I haven't seen that I can remember. But Wendy, hey, welcome to the show. We are glad to have you hanging out with us. Now, as we get ready to go further to the show, the people who are maybe joining us for the first time or haven't been on here in a while are probably saying, what is this whole thing? What have I tuned into? What is Shop Talk?
Go one more time.
That was pretty interesting. That ringtone came in at a good time.
I thought it was a game show.
Well, you know what? You never know. Anyway, listen. Those of you who are tuning in, you're trying to figure out what you've tuned into. Let me help you. I got you. Shop Talk is where literally no person and no subject is off limits. You know how it is. That barber shop, that beauty shop, that nail shop, that coffee shop, and even that donut shop talk. You know, the stuff that y'all can talk about where you can't talk about it nowhere else. Well, that's exactly what we do here at Shop Talk. And we've got a whole lot of things that we want to talk about, and we're going to keep things going and make it happen starting right about now. So with that being said, let's get ready to jump into today's National Day. We only have two. I only have two today. Today's National Day. First thing, I thought this was interesting, and I kind of fall into this category. of today being National Left-Handers Day. National Left-Handers Day. I'm not completely left-handed. I'm somewhat ambidextrous. I write with my right.
What does
But
that
everything
mean?
else-
You're not completely. What does that
I
mean?
don't do everything left-handed. So I write with my right hand. I throw a baseball with either hand, but I shoot basketball and I throw a football with my left hand. And if I was a boxer, I would be a southpaw. So I'm not fully left-handed, but I do some things left-handed. But I didn't know, Ja'Cory, you're left-handed. I didn't know that.
What you thought? All that creative juice and power and positivity and lift you up comes from the left-handed side of things. Come on.
Did not know that. Hey, well, you learn something new every day. I did not know. But so I guess today is your day. So today is National Left-Handers Day, and definitely want to mention that and throw that out. And then secondly and lastly, today is, I like this. This might not be for y'all, but for me, this is good because it's National Filet Mignon Day.
What?
National Filet
No, sir.
Mignon Day.
No, sir.
What?
No, sir. I need you to Frenchify that thing. Can you just go ahead
I
and
can do that
Frenchify
too.
that thing,
Well,
please?
I can do that too. So today is National Filet Mignon Day. So
There we go. Yes,
yeah,
sir.
filet mignon. Yeah, I can do it that way too. I'm from both sides of the track. I
Where's
can be,
lunch?
I'm open. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Whatever. I mean, Walnut Creek is full of places that has filet mignon.
yes, it is.
So, you know what
Yes,
I'm
it
saying?
is.
So it's all to the good. But those are our two national days today. So if you know somebody that's left-handed, give them a shout out and let them know that today is their day. And David Jones just chimed in and said that he's left-handed and his wife is as well. Wow. Well, happy left-handed day to both of you all.
That
as
makes
well,
dinner
again.
time, like dinner time, real easy. You know, like you see couples come and sit at a table and they have a routine. They're like, oh, you're left-handed, I'm right-handed. We need to sit in a certain, position at the table because you can't otherwise. I'm right-handed and you're left-handed. We can't sit. I can't sit to the left of you because we're going to bump elbows the whole time. So you have to be strategic when you're left-handed because it is a right-handed person's world. And so when you're different like that, then you have to make adjustments. But I wouldn't say different. I would say special and set apart. That's what I would say. God just needed
Come on, I like that.
Yeah, you set
I'm
apart
not mad
for
at
sure.
it. Well, again, today is your day for those people who are left-handed and those people who like filet mignon. Today is your day, and I definitely want you to go out and do something and celebrate this particular day. It is all good. All right, y'all, we're going to keep things going, but before we jump into our next segment, we're going to actually bring up our next co-host who looks like he may be on location. And but you already know how it is. You know, I'm prepared for him now. I used to just talk about it, but now I am actually ready. So ready that let's get his theme music going. When you're a hero, you gotta have theme music.
I think we should all have theme music. If he's gonna have theme music,
If you know this song, you know who it belongs to. It belongs to the guy that is called Big Meech. Yeah, we have our own Big Meech. No, it's not me, but we've got our own Big Meech. He is on location. Look like he might be driving or doing something like that. But let's bring you up, my guy. Emetrius Hunter is in the building. What is going on, man? Welcome to the show.
Well, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good day, and happy Tuesday, happy Taco Tuesday to everybody out there in Freedom Radio land. It is so good to see all these smiling faces and everyone's wonderful face, and it's just amazing. I've had an amazing time in New York this weekend. If you have not seen The Wiz, you have until the 18th of August to see it in New York on Broadway.
Definitely.
All I'm going to say is this: Deborah Cox, girl, we need a reunion tour.
Yeah, I heard that she's a part of that particular that play. So that's good stuff, man. Well, hey, I'm glad to have you with the show. Everybody's telling you that you need to turn your camera, but hey, I'm glad to have you hanging out with us. You focus on driving. We'll keep things going. And with that being said, we're going to now get ready to turn our attention to today's birthdays. That's right. today's birthdays, and we only have a couple that are on today, and then the others are honorable mentions that we want to make reference to. So I'll get going. So in terms of today, in terms of birthdays, today, many of you may remember him. He's a basketball player. He played for both the Sacramento Kings. He also played for the New Orleans Pelicans. But then he also came and tried to make a NBA championship run with the Golden State Warriors. They fell short against the Raptors a couple years ago. But an incredible basketball player, DeMarcus Cousins. Today is his 34th birthday. So we want to give a shout out and a happy birthday to him. And secondly, many of you may remember from the Partridge Family. I'm going way back in time from the Partridge Family. I think he played the youngest kid at that point, Danny Bonaducci. Danny Bonaducci is now 65 years old. 65 years old today. So happy birthday to him.
Hey.
Yep. The Partridge Family. Yep.
Family.
You old enough to know that about that?
I was a little kid. Yeah, but I love watching stuff like that. Oh.
Absolutely. It was good stuff. I remember it so very well myself. But happy birthday to him. Also, honorable mention, had a birthday this past Sunday. My homie, a good friend from the Bay Area, Nona Brown. Nona Brown had celebrated another birthday. I'm not completely sure on the year, but whatever it is, she looks absolutely amazing. So shout out to the homie Nona Brown. And then last but not least, sharing a birthday or having a birthday on tomorrow, turning a wonderful age of 78. Lord have mercy. A man that changed the way bass players play the bass. Larry Graham. He is turning 78 tomorrow. Incredible musician, incredible artist that has toured the world. Obviously, we know Ashland toured the world with him as well, but we want to take time to wish him an early birthday by 24 hours. But I know that he's going to celebrate his birthday and have a great time. And with that being said, Ashland, you know, girl, this is your time where you get a chance to encourage those who are celebrating during this time. So the virtual floor is now yours.
Well, I appreciate you, Dito. Look, a birthday is a wonderful marker in your life for you to take a look back over the previous year and take inventory. Take inventory on what you did. Take inventory on what you didn't do. Take inventory on what you did that didn't work, and even some things that you did that did work. If you have gotten halfway there to your goal, let's figure out how we can get the other half and actually complete the goal. But it's a wonderful time marker God has given us every year to sit down and really take inventory. So I want to challenge you today on your birthday. I want to challenge you to take a look back over just the last year of your life. Are you ahead of where you were the previous year? And how can you get ahead in preparation for the coming year? I'm telling you, you can look around and see that our days are numbered. I know that you can see that people are leaving this earth and going on to be with Jesus younger and younger. So tomorrow really ain't promised here in 2024. So what can you do today to get yourself closer to your dream, that thing, that passion that God has put in you? The world is waiting for it. Do you know that you're an answer to somebody's prayer? Do you know that you're a solution to somebody's problem? So I need you to just take a moment today on this day that God decided to bring you forth to bless the world with your existence. And just take a minute and say, what must I do to get closer to that thing that God is calling me to do? So from all of us here today at Shop Talk, happy birthday.
That's good stuff. I like that, Ashley. Thank you for taking that time to make that happen. That was very, very good stuff. Listen, I want to make a quick reference to someone. Ashley just brought this up and made me think about it. She's talking about that tomorrow's not promised, and we need to do all that we can while we can today. And I'm with you. No greater words have been spoken. I want to take a moment to just mention the passing of one of my good friends, one of my heroes, if you will, from ATL, great preacher, songwriter, artist. That is Mr. Clean, Richard White, Bishop Richard White, who closed his eyes on Sunday morning. He was this close to convincing me to move to Atlanta to be his musician one time. I was this close. He came to my church a year or so ago, and he mentioned that when he got up to preach, he was like, "I'm almost convinced Demetrius toll-free to move to Atlanta." And I was so close to moving because he was just that kind of a guy. He was one of my heroes. He beat somebody up for you if you needed him beat up. He did whatever you needed to do. But that was my guy, the Bishop Richard White. We called him Mr. Clean, and he's certainly going to be missed. 80 years old. Obviously, we're only promised 70, which is 70. So he was able to live an additional 10 years, and certainly we are grateful to have known him. Our thoughts and prayers are with he, as well as his family. We will keep you abreast of any when the services are. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it to Atlanta. It depends. I got a lot of stuff going on that needs me to get to Atlanta, but we'll see. I'll keep you all posted. But thoughts and prayers to the family of Mr. Clean, the Bishop Richard White.
Here, can we also shout out Andrew Goucher? His sister passed over the weekend too. Yes. And there was another Pastor Delamio. Sorry, I almost messed up the first name. Demetrius probably knows. McKinney. He passed over the week. They all passed in the same 24 hours.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you, things are going in different directions. People are passing that never passed before, and people are just leaving here at early ages. And oh man, so it behooves us. I'm starting to sound like my mother now. It behooves us to keep our business straight and get things in order, because tomorrow is not promised. We don't know when the Lord is going to call our name, but it just behooves us to be ready. All right, y'all, we're going to keep things going. Obviously, now the 2024 Olympics have come to a close as of Sunday evening, if my memory is correct. I think the closing was Sunday night or Monday, but they have officially closed. Saturday and Sunday were those were some big things happening, especially those of you who keep up with basketball. Both the men and women from the USA were able to capture gold medals. Both of them playing against France, which was odd enough. The men had a great time on Saturday, and of course, the great chef Steph Curry went to work against France and did some incredible things. And so, shout out to Team USA on the men's team. And then Sunday morning, I was at church in choir rehearsal with my iPad watching this gold medal game. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Anyway, I had my iPad on. The Olympics was on, and I was directing the choir rehearsal and watching the game at the same time. But we had a nail biter. The women had a nail biter. Literally only won by 1 point. It could have went to overtime, but the young lady from France who shot the last shot, her foot was on the line, and so the shot was a 2-pointer and not a 3-pointer. That was one of the most craziest games I had ever seen in Olympic competition. But again, shout out to the USA team for making things happen. So USA was on top of things, at least in the basketball part of it. You guys didn't get to see any of the games or anything like that?
I didn't get to see it, but I heard that something happened to Curry's wife's baby got hit or something like that, and I was still trying to get information on that. Did you hear about that? There was a big issue.
No, I did not hear that.
Yeah, she was trying to leave out, and they wouldn't let her leave, and a whole bunch of drama. So y'all pray for the Curry family.
Absolutely. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, Ashley, did you catch any of the games?
I didn't see the game, but I did watch the medal ceremony with the USA men's team, and that it was just so. I was like, and then there's, and then there's, and then there's. I'm like, this is literally the dream team, and I know that
Absolutely.
that phrase has been coined for another group of amazing players, but they were really like, and I love to see. There's been some controversy with some of the players, with the Golden State Warriors and, players that were on the team and then left the team. And, we had some controversy with the Warriors. And so it was really good to see them together. It was great to see the team come together for the win. And so, can I say boldly, I wasn't surprised that they won gold, but, it's great when you talk about the women's game. I'm so glad that there's a competition. I'm so glad because the USA normally dominates in basketball where it's like, it's not even a competition. So I love to hear that other countries, other teams across the world are really coming forward to really give us a good game for sure.
Absolutely. It was an amazing game. Like I said, I mean, probably the most entertaining game I've seen in Olympic competition in quite a while, where it literally came down to the last shot of the game. And even though USA won by 1 point, it could have easily gone into overtime. It could have easily gone a completely different way. So shout out again to Team USA, both the men and women's, in terms of basketball. Also, I got a chance to watch a little bit of volleyball. USA got blitzed in the gold game for volleyball on the women's side. And I didn't see the men. I did see the women, and the women got blitzed. They got ran in 3 straight sets, but they did get silver.
Well, you made it real clear last week that you don't actually like to watch men, competition, that you prefer to watch.
I mean, no, I think women. You misconstrued what I said.
You made that real clear last week. So.
No, I enjoy watching the women. I'm a man, so I mean, of course.
I gotta clean up what I messed up. My life over again.
You know what? I can't.
I made up in my mind.
I'm 100% man. I love competition, and volleyball. In years past, women in volleyball were considered some of the most tuned in sports. Both traditional volleyball and especially beach volleyball. That's a whole different story. We'll talk about it another time. And anyway, but let's keep things going because y'all trying to set me up to get myself in trouble. But listen, I'm smarter than that. So here's what we're gonna do. I just want to just close this part out by letting you know that the USA did. We did get the most amount of medals this year. We did get the most. We had 126 medals overall. 126 medals overall. The closest country that was closest to us was 91 medals, and that was from China. All right, that was from China. They had 91 medals, and then the next closest, the third closest, was Great Britain, and they only had 65. So we had almost twice as many medals as those people. And so, great things.
I will say, if you caught any of the men's gymnastics, China dominated in like the uneven bars, and I mean, I've never seen such accuracy, like so completely accurate, like it was a cartoon, like somebody was actually like animating their movement. It was really it was artistic.
Never watched and the men's gymnastics.
I love the gymnastics. I love the women's gymnastics. And it was truly amazing, and some surprises also in gymnastics this year.
We just got to get our men's 4x1 team. We got to get that together. Oh God.
Yeah. We hopefully by 2028, when it comes back to the United States, to Los Angeles, hopefully they'll get some more things together. So it's going to be exciting. A great time. Yeah, it is going to be exciting. I'm sure people already. I mean, I don't even know if you can make reservations that far in advance, but I know people are going to try to do all they can. Yeah, well, I don't know if I'm going to be there, but it does sound absolutely
set aside your
amazing.
Coins.
Yeah, you're gonna get to it. But anyway, great shout out to the Team USA and all of those great things. Let's keep things going and go a little bit further. Now, this may shock all of you. Because last week we were talking about stellars and stuff like that. After we got off the air, you would not believe how many people were hitting me up, asking me, Jacory and Ashlyn and Yolanda were all there, and they were saying that what we saw on TV was not as nowhere near as good as what happened behind the scenes, or what happened what was not visualized. So you would not believe how many people, and normally when we do a show, people hit me up saying, good show, and, all that kind of stuff. People will reach out and say those type of things. But I had tons of people hit me up saying, well, what did we really miss? If the show was only a glimpse, then what did we really, really miss? So, I mean, obviously I wasn't there. I know we talked about it a little bit, but what did we really miss?
The move of the Holy Ghost.
I was thinking about this today, actually. I was thinking about this today, and I was like, I wonder if we can talk about this a little bit further. So I'm so glad that you brought this up. my experience was I didn't want to have my phone out the whole time, right? Because I was in the front middle section. I was in like the 4th row. And so I'm like, okay, I'm definitely going to have camera time. So I don't want to be holding up my phone the whole entire time. And then you didn't see me on the Stellars Nair once. And so I was like, I could have been filming this whole thing and nobody would have known, and then would have had some behind the scenes, some BTS footage to share. So I was definitely disappointed that I didn't do that. But I thought I was trying to be professional. But then some of the scenes you see a bunch of people with their phones up and their they're all of that stuff. Exactly. With the light on and everything. So I was disappointed that I didn't take more. I did some in between, when they cut, because they do cut, right? And then they go to a commercial, but there's a long pause in between scenes, really. And so I did some filming in there. That's where Smiley went up and got on the organ. And so that was awesome. I know some people have shared that, but yeah, I was disappointed. I still haven't watched the broadcast because y'all kind of scared me. You said the broadcast is no good. I was like, well, I was there live in the living color, so I might just want to hold those memories. But I am curious to see where the snip, cut happened and why they made certain decisions to do it that way.
Well, it's TV. You only have so much time, right, Coach Corey?
But I think, honestly, this is a good learning lesson for them to do. Just like, I don't know if you checked out Miranda. I'm putting these two things together, but she's putting out new music. And what she did was she did a pre-release of the video, but you have to go through her YouTube page and subscribe. So my thing in saying that is I feel as though they want this Stellar channel to be so great. So make it great and make people have the buy-in to where you can show the whole show on Stellar TV. Make the make the great people sign up for all of the stuff that we should, so we can make not only gospel music great, but fashion and gospel great, radio and gospel. But we've got to come together and make the change. And I think we'll say we're going to do this, we say we're going to do that, and this goes for the churches too. And then we just drop the wagon. Because honestly, they could show they could show all of the clips. They could even they could do so much if they get the Stellar channel together.
That's so good. That's really good. And your mom said she saw me, so I guess
she sure did. I didn't see me, but they was all in my face.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, the
just think we have to
Stellars.
do a better job.
Well, I mean, that whole thing. I mean, I wasn't there. The three of you were. Obviously, it sounds like y'all had a great time, which is great. But my whole thing is, if we missing the most important moments that are they're not being on there, then what are we really doing? I mean, if the whole thing is we're promoting gospel music and our culture and all the things that go along with it, I've heard you all talk about whatever happened with Tamala Mann. Well, we didn't get to see none of that. We missed that. That whole moment was missed.
But Dito, this is the catcher with that, not to cut you off. That moment only took place because of the speech from Kiara Shear.
Yep.
She went into tongues, and I'm gonna post it because I have it in my phone. I was holding it right here like it was part of my suit. But that's what led her into even saying, "Hey, I'm with Kiki" on what she said, and dump the house.
Kiara didn't give a normal acceptance speech. She started out like, she was like, Jesus. She was like, Kiara starts crying, and Jesus, and she let out this holler. And so here's my question, right? I'm the devil. I'm not actually the devil's friend. Let me get this clarified. I don't like the devil. He don't like me, and that is fine. So I'm not actually his friend. I'm not the advocate. I just always like to present the other side. There's some things I cannot say on here because I'm gonna get in trouble. But when we don't own the whole conglomerate, then we give other people. Ooh. When you don't own your own stuff in totality, you give other people permission on how they present you. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. So I won't use the Stellars. I'll use BET. BET is not owned by, no shade to anybody. BET is not owned by us. It's owned by Viacom. and Viacom is owned by X, Y, and Z's people, right? So that means they control the content. They, while people like Tyler Perry people are in the mix, they control what's going on. So if there are people behind the board saying this has to happen, then you can't, you know what I'm saying? They present. So my question is, I don't know if we're trying to present Jesus. I don't think that's what that is.
Speak a word.
Seriously, I don't. Like, I'm coming to a new wave of confidence and things like that. So I'm not afraid to say certain things because Jesus controls my money. I'm God employed. So I don't think we're presenting Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
I think that people like Kiara are rare. She's not afraid to say what she's not, she spoke out in a whole tongue on the mic.
Fluent.
She's not afraid to like that's just who she is. And I commend her. And she should never apologize. I saw another post she posted, I'm sorry. I know y'all don't like that screaming. I don't think the girl should ever apologize for who she is and what she does. But I'm just saying to you or to people that watch, I think there's somebody that always goes live and says this is entertainment. People get offended. I think we need to recognize, not see it from another perspective. I don't personally see it as it's not ministry, but I do understand that there are people behind the board that call the final shots. And although I won't bring this particular segment that happened up, but there was a particular moment in the Stellars that caused, like, it was just dead silence, and it was strange and it was weird. But now I've learned that there are people behind the board that give the final yes. So I say this to help. It's like Sunday Best, and no shade. I have friends, not just them, that have personal stories that got a yes, and then the producer said no, but Erica just said yes. I have a really great friend. We've been friends 25 years since we were 12 years old. She went to Sunday Best. She auditioned. They said no. Somebody found her sitting on the no side, and they said, "Why are you sitting over here?" She said, "Because they said no. The answer is yes." Then somebody again told her no. Then she went home, and they called her. And she's home. She's devastated. She cannot, because she's been pushed all around. And then they said, no, the answer is yes. She calls back. They said, you waited too late. The answer is no. When somebody controls your back end, you're left with whatever you're left with. And the artists and the people start standing up and saying that we don't like it. We don't, they're going to keep doing it. Sorry, I think y'all come back because it infuriates me just a little bit. But we don't.
So basically, what you're saying, I see you asking. So basically, what you said in a nutshell, from the Sunday Best option, from BET to Viacom to whoever owns that is basically you're telling us that we should never give people veto power over our life.
Absolutely.
Meaning that you can't give anybody the power to tell you no that didn't already have the power to give you a yes.
Yep.
Wow. That's I knew that BET had been sold. I knew that part. I didn't remember who it was sold to, and obviously this is not no longer in our hands. I hear you. We can't completely control what ultimately gets aired. That is very interesting. Ashlyn, go right ahead.
Well, I want to clarify something because Central City Productions launched the Stellar Network, which is the first African-American owned broadcast television network in the country. So I want to make sure that we make that real clear, that it is a Black-owned network. So I know that there are always people above. There's always a subsidiary or a parent company or an umbrella company or something like that. But I want us to just be real clear that it is a Black-owned broadcast, and so actually the first in the first.
The broadcast may be Black-owned, but the network is aired on
Central City.
Right.
Yeah,
so
the network that it aired on is not.
Right. And so here's the other thing. When you are dependent on dollars to, to continue running, and you don't have a board of directors that is pouring funds into it or whatever, which you should, you're at the mercy of the advertisers.
Yep, absolutely.
And if advertisers are not interested in appealing to a Black audience, they're not going to advertise on a Black network. And so this then becomes the challenge, because you have to have shorter segments of your event, or in this case, the Stellar Awards. You have to have shorter segments so that you can have more advertising, because you can't charge, like for the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl, those slots are no less than $1 million. You cannot put a commercial on Super Bowl Sunday for less than $1 million, to my understanding. Okay. So on a smaller network or a less popular network, you can't charge top dollar for those advertising slots. So you charge a lower amount, but you need to have more of them back to back to back in order to make your bottom line. So that's really what it comes down to. So let's say that we have 3 hours of footage, but they're only giving us a 2-hour segment. And you can't go over the timeline. Like here, we have to be 58 minutes and we have to be done by a certain time. We have to start by a certain time because we have to fit into a slot, a time slot. There is no wiggle room in that. So we're then at the mercy of the editors, and the editors get to decide, because they've been appointed in that position of power. They get to decide what stays and what goes. So you hear it in music all the time, or in movies. My greatest scene was left on the cutting room floor. That means that somebody went in and edited out that piece or that part, and maybe they thought it wasn't vital to the success of that particular broadcast. And so it's a combination of a lot of things. But it's, to have, if the Stellar Network is, Black owned, that's where it starts. That's where you start. Okay, it's a great start. And then. So yeah, that's just my 2 cents.
But then that's not after that, my thing is, what happened to the Word Network? Because my thing is, okay, you played it there. So now go and take the real footage and play it on the Word Network. But I think this is the handicap in us, is we get to a certain plateau and we don't branch out or use our brain to get the whole collection.
Yeah, I will always
reel it all in.
I agree with that.
Yeah, and I will always say this, right? You always need a Jamal in the room. I will forever say this, right? And I get this from when the whole H&M thing happened. And somebody in the room just said, don't do this. This is not going to be a good idea. So you need somebody in the room old that understands older, seasoned. They understand the foundation. They get it. They understand the culture, right? They've been here a long time. You need somebody on the other side that's new. They have new ideas. They understand social media. They understand TikTok, on those sides. They understand the new trends. We're not saying those words anymore. And you need someone in the middle who respects both sides, and they understand both sides. But a lot of times we don't have the person, in my opinion, I'm the girl in the middle. So a lot of times we don't have a person in the middle that understands. So I agree with you, Corey. Okay, you can't do the whole, awards that happen in 3 hours, on TV, but you can get people to subscribe and do an unedited version that people can watch, right? You can, instead of Kiara, which she did post her whole entire speech, you go back after the awards and say, in case you missed it, here's Kiara's entire speech. There were so many moments that were missed, like Ricky Smiley playing the organ. And I say this very respectfully. I was just at the doctor and I was explaining, they like, where are you going this week, right? And they know I travel. So I said, I went to the Stellar Awards. Oh, I would have loved to go. You know what? I realized the public still does not know, a large part of the public still does not know that it's open to the public.
Yes.
So that says that we have to do a better job of, as Ashlyn said, advertising. So I can go on. My whole thought is maybe it's a matter of who you partner with. I know it has to be done. The money has to be given, but maybe it's just a lesson to partner with people who share your values. Partner with people. There's money available who say, or who people who say, you know what, I love what you're doing. Yes, I will give you Stellars. We're speaking at $1 million to do X, Y, and Z, and you can run the show for 2.5 hours.
And
Right?
Well, let me
honestly,
ask
it might
this.
just be a matter of, I'm sorry, Detail. Let me just say this real quick. It might just be a matter of what you don't know doesn't hurt you. For the people that weren't there and all they have is the broadcast, like we were there. So we know we have something to compare it to. But people that watch the broadcast, they don't have anything to compare it to. And so I think that that's fair to say, like it's acceptable for the at-home audience. But I would say what Yolanda said, get your tickets for next year. Like definitely.
It's the 40th year too.
No, it's going to be really, really good. So I'm going to be in the room. I learned my lesson. I don't want to miss a Stellar. It's my first time being in the room. I don't want to miss another one. And so I got a chance to really have just an amazing experience, just, rubbing shoulders with the people that I love and respect and listen to and hear some great music and all of that stuff. Watch some wonderful interviews.
People that also listen to you.
Oh, I mean, that always surprises me. It always surprises me to walk.
She has so many fans. Oh my God.
Let me ask this question.
Oh my God, can you introduce me to Ashley? She has so many fans.
So you guys were there in the actual event. Obviously, there was a bunch of other events that led up to the actual Stellar Awards, but the actual event, the actual recording, what was the attendance like?
Oh, it was packed. It was packed on the floor, but it was at a stadium. It's in an arena. So all the seats up top were not sold out.
No,
it was not sold out.
They have to fill the floor, right?
They have to fill the floor and the lower part of the arena, whatever the sides. They got to fill the lower part. But there was plenty of seats available, and that arena, albeit.
But we had the plane thing, so a lot of people were not able to get.
That's true.
Get to it was a lot of mishaps going on. It would have been even greater because I know actually I was working with Jason Nelson, and he got called to be a presenter on the spot. Many people don't know this. He was not, so I helped him get dressed, which took time for me and Ashton also, because it was just like I was running around with him for like half a day. So things were changing because flights were not coming in or going out. So it was a little damaging, but they've still made it work.
Yeah, that made it work. And then I understand it was the lowest attendance in a long time. So I do think it was a combination of things. I think again it was the shutdown. They had a lot to do with a lot. It also in addition GNWA, which I think people kind of slight GNWA a little bit, but GNWA involves a lot of artists, and so GNWA was the same. It was the same week, like it was ending as the Stellars were beginning. And
deaths. There was some other deaths.
There were a lot of deaths, and Pastor Kirby Brown had passed, and so I just think it was a lot going on in the world. In addition, I think we should do better advertising. Stellars, hi, we love you. Can you please tell us in advance? So, I think we have to do it in advance, 90 days out. 120 days out, in my opinion, for something of that magnitude is too short. 6 months out.
Right. And one other thing that must take place, if they're going to do tributes on all these other award shows, I did not see a tribute to any of the fallen soldiers, and I did not like that at all. I thought it was very distasteful. So if the Stellars are listening, you need to let us know who has went on, who has passed on. I think that segment, I thought it would have just been put in later, but it was not.
Yeah, it's so easy. Somebody's playing the harp. Put the names on the screen. I mean, something, please. There's no reason. LaShawn Pace, my boss, Kevin Lemons, and not just because I'm a Lemon. There are so many people. There's so many ways to do this. And I agree with Ja'Cory. I thought, when it shows, they're just gonna have this, small moment of silence and boom, 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 boom. But it never happened, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Demetrius, man, I want to get your final comment on this whole segment, man. I know you've been running around, but you finally got to a place where you're settled in. Man, give us your final thought, man. I know you wasn't at the Stellars, but I know you have definitely a comment to mention on this.
I mean, you can definitely tell. I mean, if you've ever experienced the Stellars, whether you were there or not there for the next taping, you can always tell where there's been some edits and some changes, some things not completely shown. But again, I think, Ashley and Yolanda's kind of hit it on the mark of just kind of how things are done, how people have to create things, understand that we're not the only person in the room pressing the OK button. So,
yeah, definitely. I'm with you. Hey, listen, we're almost out of time, but I want to do a couple of things really quick. I won't get a chance to do everything I want to do, but I do want to at least mention this. Jacory has brought to our attention that my little sister has brand new music. Crystal Rucker from Kansas City, Missouri has brand new music. Song is called I've Got Help, and it is available where you can download, you can stream it, you can purchase it. It is available now, and I've seen her promoting it, and now we want to at least mention it here on Shop Talk today. So shout out to the young homie Crystal Rucker, always makes great music, an amazing singer, and I like the graphic on it too. I don't always remark about people's graphics, but I like the graphic. Whoever did the photo did an amazing job catching her in that particular moment. So again, shout out to my friend, my little sister, Crystal Rucker. All right, real quick, Yolanda will close us out with this particular quick segment in terms of the fact that Pastor Keon Henderson, we mentioned this a few weeks ago, his church was caught in the whole Hurricane Beryl that came through. It came through the Houston area. I got caught up in it as well, trying to get to Jamaica. So I never made it to Jamaica. I ended up in Miami, which they owe me nothing. But Yolanda, you mentioned that Pastor Henderson has a new campaign going on. What is the campaign? What do we have going on?
So basically, from what I'm seeing, the campaign is he's asking people, I can't remember the amount of people. It might have been 2,100 people for $2,100, which equals they're raising money to rebuild the church, right? So it's everywhere. And can I just offer this thought? Maybe this is our insight, this piece of wisdom. I just think we pick on the wrong things. We talk about things a lot of times that don't matter. If I don't go to the church, if he's not my pastor, why am I bothered if he's I saw people like, where's the insurance? Well, okay. It takes so much more to manage a church than it looks like on the outside. And I just think it's poor of us to tap in like I saw people tell us, why have to pay for it? This is weird. If you don't want to participate, don't.
Just don't participate.
Then just don't. But I think sometimes we are very cruel behind the keyboard. And I don't go to his church. I've never met him. I don't have a stake in the fight. But I do know for sure if he mismanages it, I've always been like this about money. If you mismanage it, that's not on me. That's between you and God. And I don't know if you want to be in trouble with him. Yeah. So I just, it was just kind of sad to watch. I mean, thousands of people just going in on the guy.
Yeah.
That was out.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We'll definitely be praying for him, his church, that whole community as they rebuild and bring things back together. And if you want to participate. If you don't, be careful, because it may not be you today, but you don't know what your tomorrow will hold. Listen, it's time for us to get ready to go. But before we go, Ashlyn, you have something coming up this weekend. Where are you going to be?
I do. I appreciate you, Detail. This coming Saturday, it is a night of worship, and I get to worship with the amazing Ashley Young. I'm so super excited. It's also going to have Prolifics, who is a producer, songwriter, hosted by my brother and sister Marcel and Nicole Harris. So I'm super excited. Powerhouse Institutional Church of God in Christ in the great city of Fresno, California, this coming Saturday. I hope to see you all there.
Awesome stuff. I was just at Powerhouse a couple months ago. Great church. Pastor Dwayne McAllister, a good friend of mine, and you all will have a great time. All right, y'all. Looking up at the clock, we're not out of conversation. We're just literally out of time. So, on behalf of all of us here at Shop Talk, on behalf of Ashlyn and Jacory, Yolanda, and Demetrius, my name is Demetrius Tollfree. Till the next time on this same Shop Talk network. At this same Shop Talk time, you know how we say it. You can say it with us. I'll holla.